talk about what's going on in the tech world, because first of all, the iPad 3 is all the buzz, but there's a lot of other stuff going on these days. Todd Haselton is with us right now, senior editor, Techno Buffalo. We love you guys. Follow them on Twitter at Techno Buffalo. Okay, before we get to the iPad 3,
sure.
What do you got in your hands?
This is the new Galaxy Note 10.1 from Samsung. It was announced last week in Barcelona. We were there on the show floor. So it's very similar to the Galaxy Note that launched on AT&T. There was a big Super Bowl commercial, huge phone in the United States now. And so it's got a lot of similar technology and the stylus here, and we can get it to work.
Wait, but you use a pen.
You use a pen, yeah. So it's about content creation for a lot of the parts. So you can take notes on the device. You can use Photoshop Mobile to draw pictures, edit pictures, stuff like that. So it's sort of something that I see better used in classrooms as opposed to, or people that just want to be creative on the side.
More so than the iPad?
I don't know. You know, we'll have to see what the iPad 3 is gonna offer, but right now this is sort of what was new at the show, among many other things.
Was it one of the things that impressed you the most?
It was one of the things that did impress me the most because it's taking something that usually everybody's like, stylus, why do I want a stylus? And now it's kind of showing that, hey, you can use a stylus for interesting things. And it's actually pretty fun. The only thing I wish is that it's stored inside the device.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
No.
Huh.
Just like the phone. So.
Let's talk about the iPad 3 quick, because I know that's something everybody's interested in. What are we hearing about it?
So today there were rumors that just broke that it's the 16th. It could launch. So tomorrow's the announcement date. They kind of, Apple stole the show a little bit during Mobile World Congress when Eric Schmidt, Google's chairman, took the stage and was trying to talk about Android. Then Apple sends out a press release from 6,000 miles away.
Oh my God.
You know, everybody's turning their heads and saying, hey, so iPad 3, Wednesday the 7th. So now, rumored this morning is that it'll hit store shelves on the 16th, but it's still a rumor, so we'll see.
Totally did that on purpose, right?
Yeah.
And I know we're hearing better screen, things like that, but pretty much same product.
Well, I don't know. I think it could be, it's supposed to offer better battery life, although with a quad-core processor among the rumors, that remains to be unseen too, because quad-core is obviously going to suck some power. And then, of course, there's LTE support supposed to be, that again, hit another story yesterday, which would mean it will run on AT&T and Verizon's faster networks.
The 4G.
Again, a battery drain. So it could be a little thicker in order to balance out.
Right, we did hear that.
Power.
Tell us again about the quad-core.
Quad-core. So quad-core is huge. That was also big in Barcelona. What it will enable, I think, at first is better gaming. But I think right now you have the power from NVIDIA Tegra 3. That's the chip that was mostly announced in Barcelona. But you have the power. It's just now up to developers and software creators to sort of see what we can do with that power, right? So you have enough there, but we don't really know what we can do with it yet. And I think Apple will have to show that on stage tomorrow. And I think all of these phone manufacturers that are announcing quad-core devices are really going to have to show us what can be done with that.
So quad-core is the way to go?
Well, I'm not sure yet, because right now we have dual-core at the high end.
Yeah.
And quad-core processors that were announced in phones, HTC One X, for example, it will launch as a quad-core phone in Europe. But in the United States, it has to be dual-core because the chipset currently doesn't support AT&T's faster networks. So it's sort of, we still have to wait to see, you know, what can be done with quad-core.
HTC is generally like ahead of the pack, though, right?
Yeah, they've been really good at getting ahead with the best phones, the fastest.
It was one of my favorite phones when I first started, like when, you know, the cell phone craze started.
Yeah.
So, okay. We're waiting to hear on what happens with this quad-core.
Right.
Let's talk, though, about this notion that your phone or your tablet is pretty much... You're only going to need one thing, I think, at the end of the day, right? You're not going to need a computer at home and a laptop and...
Yeah.
Right?
And
there's
two fronts to this convergence. So a company called ASUS is trying this with their Pad phone, which is a powerful phone that then sort of plugs into the back of a tablet to then power the tablet. And then you can plug the tablet into a keyboard to create a laptop. So that's kind of interesting new way to do it. But then you have Microsoft's Windows 8 operating system, which has a beautiful tablet interface, easy to use, sort of going after the way Apple does things, where you don't have to think too much to get what you need. But then you can plug in two monitors, get the full desktop experience, something that we haven't seen before either. So you get power and ease of use depending on where you need it.
Because it's the power that you were missing with the iPad, right? Because I've seen people with iPads and keyboards, it looks like a little laptop.
Right. But you're not getting a full desktop experience. And so what Microsoft's trying to do is give you that tablet experience and then the option to plug in monitors and a mouse and a keyboard, and then use it as you would sort of Windows 7 right now with a full desktop computing experience.
What were some of your favorite phones?
My favorite phone, I would say the One X from HTC because it's so powerful. Unfortunately, it'll come a little less powerful when it lands on AT&T.
Yeah.
There's also the LG Optimus 4X HD, another quad-core phone, really beautiful display, really nice phone. Nokia's Lumia 900, we already know that's coming to AT&T in the United States. They announced that at CES this year. But it's a huge announcement for Europe because all of a sudden now they have their own flagship product, and Nokia has always been pretty huge in the European market.
Do all these phones trump the iPhone?
That's up to the user, I think. You know, right now I carry an iPhone, but I also carry an Android device from time to time. In Barcelona, it was great to have an Android phone because I was able to star places on Google Maps, and it was easier to get around, something my iPhone couldn't do. And especially when you get into these faster data networks, the iPhone doesn't support them yet. So it's what the consumer wants. If you want these AT&T or Verizon's LTE
I think there's
networks,
so much unknown out there, though. Like, I don't know really the difference between the Droid and the iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, it's really about playing with devices and
Yeah.
consumers seeing to find out what they want. But as you get more powerful, I think we'll see the reliance fall on developers. And so consumers will start to see, hey, I can do this with my phone because developers are saying, you know, we have the power and this is where you can go.
So what's the next big thing to look for?
iPad 3.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. You know,
Are
but
we
we'll
gonna get
see.
one?
I think so. I think so. It depends how long the lines are.
And what about these phones? When these phones come to the United States, what are you getting?
I'm looking at the Lumia 900 still. You know, I really want to see Nokia get back in shape in the United States. It's a beautiful device. Windows Phone's a great platform. I want to see where Microsoft takes it. But also, you know, the HTC One X is a beautiful phone too. So.
Well, then you got to come back.
But then
and
there's the
tell us.
iPhone 5.
And there's the iPhone 5 coming. You're right.
So
you got to come
everybody's
back and
trying to
tell us.
catch up. Okay.
To Apple.
Yeah, yeah. They're all
Interesting.
trying to sort of pre-plan what Apple's going to have and sort of get their devices out first so that people are talking.
Apple still wins at the end of the day, though, no?
I think so. When
Yeah.
Apple talks, people listen.
Seems to be, right?
Yeah.
You know, I heard the other day that Ferrari is putting their new one out in white because of Apple products.
There you go. We're at the Geneva Auto Show this week, actually, too.
Check out the white Ferrari.
Yeah.
Todd, you're awesome. Todd Haselton, senior editor, Techno Buffalo. Follow them at Techno Buffalo. You're great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You got a good